morning, Year 9. This is Mr. Souza welcoming you to today's lesson. So I hope you had a lovely and relaxing Easter holiday and are fully rested and ready to start our new module. So today's title will be Creative Writing, which is also the unit that we'll be doing this half term, and today we'll be focusing on producing ideas. So for your do now, what I'd like you to do is consider which of the stories that we studied last term did you like best? And I would like you to explain your answer. So please pause the recording now in order to do that. Next, I would like you to consider what are the ingredients of a good short story. So please pause the recording for about 5 minutes to list down as many as you can. So to give you a couple, hopefully you have some of these down already. Narrative hooks, twists and turns, a fast-moving plot that keeps the reader engaged, pathetic fallacy, so using the weather to set the mood, and imagery, descriptive language that refers to the senses. So if you haven't got these down, please do jot them down now. So today we'll be doing some free writing. Free writing is a pre-writing technique, so it takes place before you do your actual piece of writing. It's more like a first draft or a way to generate some ideas. It's a technique where you write continuously for a set period without thinking about spelling, grammar, or even topic. It doesn't matter if the quality of your writing isn't the best. The purpose is purely to generate ideas and to get your creative juices flowing. So your task, you will need to write continuously for 5 minutes on the topic I will provide. Try not to think about what you're writing. Don't pay attention to accuracy. Don't worry if you repeat yourself or write nonsense. And don't look back at what you've written. So it's pretty much the opposite of what I've been telling you to do up to now. But like I said, this is purely a way to generate creative and thoughtful ideas. And so if you're worrying about things like spelling and grammar, you're not going to be able to generate those. But I would reiterate this, we're not writing as a final draft or a formal piece of work. It's purely a means to generate your best possible ideas. So your first topic is the dentist. So please could you set a timer for 5 minutes and then get started. So what I've got here is an example of a student's piece of writing. So please pause the video and read through it. What you'll notice is that the spelling grammar is definitely not perfect, but there's some really interesting ideas in there. And that's what I'm after in terms of free writing. Not a perfect piece of writing, just a really interesting piece of writing where you've been able to generate some thoughtful ideas. Okay, so this time your topic is whatever you want it to be. So set a timer for 5 minutes and get started. If you get stuck, you can use one of the pictures below for inspiration. So firstly, we have some fruits and veg, some plant-based foods. Guess why I chose that? Second, we have some people protesting in China. You can't really see what's written on the placards, but don't worry, just use your imagination. And finally, we've got a picture of my kitten. And if you're wondering why she's looking a bit upset, it's because I'm making her wait till I finish work until I can go and play with her. So feel free to use one of those pictures to inspire your free writing attempt. So please pause the video for 5 minutes and get started. Okay, so now we're going to consider some 6-word stories. For sale, Children's Shoes, Never Worn, by Ernest Hemingway. Failed SAT, Lost Scholarship, Invented Rocket, William Shatner. Computer, did we bring batteries? Computer, I need gun. Gown removed carelessly, head, less so. Joss Whedon. From Torch Skyscrapers, Men and Crew Wings, Gregory Maguire. See that shadow? It's not yours. Jim Crace. Dad called, DNA back. He isn't. Helen Fielding. Which of these stories could you expand into a longer story? How would you expand it? Write a detailed plan for the story. You have 5 minutes to do this, so please pause the video now. Now, I'd like you to write 3 of your own 6-word stories. Once again, you can use the pictures below to inspire you. So we've got a phone, we've got a tennis ball on a tennis court, and we've got a very beautiful fox. If you're wondering why the picture of the fox is so much bigger than the other 2 photos, it's because foxes are my second favourite animal. So fun fact. No, boring fact about me. So, very beautiful picture of a fox there. But you don't have to use any of those pictures. You can do whatever you want for your 6-word story. So please pause the video for 5 minutes approximately to write down your 6-word stories. And so we're moving on to Cabinet of Curiosities. A cabinet of curiosities was a personal collection of things of wonder. They were the personal collections of wealthy owners and contained both natural and man-made objects. Holy relics from a Spanish ship, earthen pitchers and porcelain from China, a Madonna made of feathers, a chain made of monkey teeth, stone shears, a back scratcher, and a canoe with paddles, all from India, a Javanese costume, Arabian coats, the horn and tail of a rhinoceros, the horn of a bull seal, a round horn that had grown on an Englishwoman's forehead, a unicorn's tail, the baubles and bells of Henry VIII's fall, the Turkish Emperor's golden seal, from Sir Walter Cope's Cabinet of Curiosities. So I think it's highly unlikely that you have those kind of items, but you never know, maybe you do. So I would like you to list the items you would have in your own Cabinet of Curiosities. They can be whatever you want, as random as you like. So pause the video for about 5 minutes to write them down. And finally, I would like you to pick one of the items you chose and plan a story based around the item. You don't need to write the whole story, don't worry, just a basic plan for what it would be about. And can you please pause the video for about 5 minutes to do that? Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope you found it enjoyable and have learnt something. And like I said, I'll be continuing on with creative writing for this half term, so hopefully you'll enjoy doing that with me. Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you next time.